My name is Dawn Wilson, and I am an instructional technology specialist at Roosevelt University in Chicago, Illinois. I am also a student in the Instructional Needs Analysis course at the George Washington University. This presentation will provide an overview of my needs analysis project. I will be presenting a background of my needs assessment project, explaining how I implemented it, reviewing some of the lessons that I learned while completing my needs assessment, and some of the recommendations for how others can apply the lessons I've learned to their own needs assessment projects. To give you a background of my needs assessment project, I work at Roosevelt University in the Academic Technology Solutions Department. Our department hires 10 to 15 student operators each semester. As a university, it's our goal to help students financially and to prepare them with the skills that they'll need for success after college. Hard skills or teachable abilities such as programming a computer or proficiency in a foreign language are essential for career success. But according to a Career Builder survey, 77% of employers believe that soft skills or interpersonal skills such as communication and teamwork are just as, if not more essential for career success. Because of the importance of soft skills, my client's focus is not only to develop students' technology skills, but to determine how to develop their soft skills as well. This need has brought on my client's request for my needs assessment. In order to implement my needs assessment, I completed the following steps. First, I determined my client's business need to understand what soft skills we should develop in student workers and how to develop them. Next, I developed the guiding questions that would be the focus for each stage of my needs assessment. After developing my questions, I collected data for each stage. Then I analyzed and summarized the data collected. And finally, I developed feedback and recommendations for my client. To develop the guiding questions for my needs assessment, I narrowed down a focus question for each stage of the needs assessment. At the business stage, I focused on the benefits of developing student soft skills. Then for performance needs, my question determined what soft skills do students need to develop. For learning needs, I determined how to assess the development of soft skills. And finally, in order to understand learner needs, my focus question determined what training strategies can improve soft skills. After determining my guiding questions, I collected data to answer those questions. The first data collection method that I used was extant data. This data came from Roosevelt University sources and online sources. The university sources that I reviewed were the Career Development Department's mission statement and Student Employment Handbook, as well as the student operator's self-evaluation surveys from last year. The online sources that I reviewed came from the career development sites Monster.com, LinkedIn, and Indeed.com. The other sources I used were the news site US News and e-learning sites Applied Educational Systems and e-learning industry. In order to obtain data on all needs analysis stages, especially business needs, I interviewed the Vice President of Academic Technology Solutions. My final 3 data collection methods focused on student workers. First, I sent out an online survey through Qualtrics.com to collect information about what soft skills students find essential and what training strategies they believe are the most helpful. Next, in order to obtain even more detail on essential soft skills and training strategies, I interviewed 12 out of 13 of the student workers. Those interviews resulted in similar data to surveys, but provided more reasoning behind essential skills and benefits of a variety of training strategies. And finally, I conducted a focus group with 4 students from each year in school, at varying time frames working as a student worker and with different majors. I wanted to gather more information about important soft skills and training solutions for students with different backgrounds and skill levels. So after collecting all of my data, I summarized the data to provide feedback to my client. In summary, the needs for each stage are listed. The data collection feedback led me to suggest the following solutions or recommendations for my client. Solution 1, create training scenarios and quizzes for the top 3 soft skills of communication, problem solving, and teamwork. Solution 2, develop a tiered level achievement system and timeline. Solution 3, develop a peer teaching schedule and process. And Solution 4, publish policies and step-by-step procedures for training. After completing this needs assessment, I've learned several lessons that can help me and provide others insight for completing a needs assessment in the future. Others can apply my lesson for not starting with a solution in mind by understanding that often there are additional gaps or needs that may not have been discovered yet, and by completing a needs assessment prior to determining solutions, they can be found and addressed. Also, a needs assessment can allow you to find alternative needs and gives you the chance to compare them to prioritize what's most crucial for implementing solutions. It is helpful to build a relationship with and understand your client and target audience because if they know that you're credible, they can provide insight that will clarify actual needs, whereas they may otherwise not want to provide certain information. If you have a clear understanding of your target audience, you can determine which data collection methods will result in better responses from them. And an understanding of your client will give you an opportunity to present your recommendations more effectively and therefore increase buy-in. I also learned that it is important to select the best data collection methods for your target audience. It's important to know the difference between qualitative and quantitative data methods and the pros and cons of each method. Then you can match the most effective collection method with your audience. Some other reasons for making sure you select the right data collection method is to reduce invalid data responses and to make sure you have the time within your needs assessment to complete all of the necessary data collection. Finally, you need to be open and flexible with modifications to your needs assessment. With numerous constraints on people's time, it is likely that timeframes and deadlines may change and you need to adapt to them. You may also need to modify the needs assessment or recommendations based on costs and budget limitations. Finally, some clients may not agree with or buy into all of your recommendations, so you may have to modify solutions to make your client happy. The following are the references used within this presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope learning about my first needs assessment project and lessons can help you with your future needs assessment projects.